In a busy city surrounded by tall, stunning mountains and a beautiful river, there was a little village named Willow Creek where life was peaceful and simple. In this village lived a cheerful boy named Ethan. Ethan's childhood was full of happiness. He loved playing with his friends, laughing and dancing around the village. Every day was a new adventure, and his heart was full of joy. As the years rolled by and Ethan grew older, the light in his eyes began to dim. Things began to change. The happy boy became sad. Every day he felt more worried, and his smile slowly disappeared. His mother noticed that something was wrong. One evening she gave him a big hug and asked gently, "Ethan, why are you so sad all the time?" Ethan looked down and said, "I'm worried about everything, Mom, my studies, my future, my health. I feel like I'm not doing enough and I'll never be good at anything." His mother smiled softly and said, "Oh, my dear boy, don't worry so much. Everything will happen when it's meant to. Life is too short to spend it worrying. Try to enjoy the moments you have now." But Ethan couldn't stop his thoughts. Every day he became sadder. He stopped playing with his friends, and the colorful world around him seemed dull and gray. The things that used to make him happy no longer brought him joy. It was as if a dark cloud had covered his heart. One day, Ethan's teacher noticed that he was feeling very down. The teacher, who cared about him a lot, invited him for a special talk. "Ethan," the teacher said, "life can be hard sometimes, but you are strong. You don't have to do everything perfectly. What matters is that you try and enjoy the journey." These words touched Ethan's heart. Slowly, he started changing. He worked harder at school and stopped worrying so much. Day by day, he grew stronger and more confident. His efforts paid off when he did well in his studies and went to college. Inspired by his teacher's words, Ethan slowly began to rebuild himself. With newfound determination, he started focusing on his studies, taking small steps to overcome his fears. It wasn't easy, but bit by bit he pushed forward, learning to trust himself again. His hard work bore fruit as he excelled in school and eventually earned a graduation in college. After college, Ethan started a small business. He worked hard, and over time it became very successful. People respected him for his dedication, and his achievements made him proud. But deep inside, Ethan still felt like something was missing. Even with all his success, he felt a little sad and didn't know why. Ethan realized that his journey wasn't over. There were still lessons to learn and new things to discover about happiness and life. His story, just like his dreams, was still unfolding step by step. And so, Ethan continued his journey, ready to find the missing pieces of his happiness. Ethan lived in a busy city surrounded by tall tower mountains. He seemed to have it all. He owned a big house, drove a fancy car, and had a business that others admired. But deep down, Ethan felt empty, and he didn't know why. He thought happiness came from having more money, more success, more praise. Yet no matter how much he gained, the emptiness stayed. One day, while on a business trip to a remote mountain town, Ethan took a walk through the village market. There he noticed an elderly woman weaving intricate tapestries. Her hands moved gently, making bright patterns that looked full of life. Even though she wore simple clothes and had a small stall, she had a happiness that Ethan couldn't help but notice. Ethan asked in curiosity, "Your work is beautiful. How do you weave such vibrant patterns?" She answered, It's not just threads I weave, but some stories. Each pattern carries gratitude for the gifts that life has given to me." The weaver handed Ethan a vibrant golden cloth. "Take this golden cloth and weave it into your life. As you do, it will show you the hidden beauty you've overlooked." Ethan paid the old lady and paid gratitude for the first time. That night, as he sat in his hotel room, he examined the cloth. He thought about the weaver's words and decided to test her claim. He reflected on the day, searching for something to be grateful for. Ethan remembered a kind act he saw that day, a shopkeeper giving bread to a hungry child. He felt a small warmth in his heart for the first time in a long time. As he held the cloth, it glowed, and for a moment the image of the shopkeeper and the child appeared in the air. Ethan smiled, feeling a tiny spark of happiness. In the days after, Ethan kept thinking about moments of kindness and happiness. He remembered his mother's constant support, his best friend's laughter, and even his friend who warmly greeted him every morning. Each time he thought of these moments, the golden cloth shined brighter, and the pictures of these memories appeared around him like a beautiful living story. Ethan softly said, "I've been so blind to these simple joys." One evening, the cloth revealed something unexpected. Ethan saw a memory of himself as a young boy playing with a toy train his father had given him. He remembered the joy he felt and the love in his father's eyes. Tears welled up as he realized how much his father's sacrifices had shaped his life. Ethan returned to the weaver to thank her. She smiled and said, "Gratitude is like this cloth. The more you share it, the brighter it becomes." Ethan took her words to heart. Back in the city, he started expressing gratitude to those around him, thanking his employees, spending time with his family, and helping strangers in small but meaningful ways. As time passed, Ethan's life changed completely. He no longer spent his days chasing more success or things. Instead, he found happiness in enjoying what he already had. The emptiness he once felt was gone, replaced with a feeling of true satisfaction. He realized that being thankful wasn't just a cloth, it was the foundation of a meaningful and happy life. He climbed the corporate ladder, achieving financial success beyond his wildest dreams. The more Ethan practiced gratitude, the more he found it spilling over into his interactions with others. He started expressing his appreciation to the people in the village, thanking the baker for the warm bread, the librarian for her patient guidance, the postman for his cheerful greetings. He noticed that his words, imbued with genuine gratitude, had a ripple effect, brightening the days of those around him. He began to understand that gratitude was not a passive emotion, but an active choice. He wrote letters to people from his past, expressing his appreciation for their presence in his life. He reached out to old friends, rekindling neglected relationships. He even returned to Willow Creek, seeking out those who had played a role in shaping his childhood, expressing his heartfelt gratitude for their love and support. Ethan realized that gratitude wasn't just a feeling, but a way to live. By embracing it, he found lasting happiness and meaning in his life. He had spent years chasing success, only to discover that true happiness lay not in what he acquired, but in what he appreciated. The moral of the story is, always say thank you for everything you have and for everything around you. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and share your stories of gratitude in the comments below. I love you.